Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nelly, and if you're joining my channel for the first time, please remember to subscribe, and at the end of the video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and yeah, I'll appreciate that a lot. So on today's video, we're gonna be discussing the things you need to know when you travel to Maasai Mara. It's a magical place, and trust you me, you do not want your time there to be boring or cut short because of things you didn't know or things you didn't do. So I just want to give you the 1 2 3 you need to know about Maasai Mara. So first things first, it's a 5-hour drive from Nairobi to Maasai Mara, but if you opt to use the flight, it should be approximately 1 hour before you land. The costs are, by road it's maybe 3,000, and by air it's 25,000. It could be higher or lower depending on the seasons, because July to October is the busiest season they have, and it's when prices also are a bit higher than expected. Okay, so when you're trying to go to Maasai Mara, it's very expensive if you decide to self drive, and I find it cheaper to use a tour and travel agent. So when you're picking a tour and travels agent or other company, please do your vetting properly, because it will influence your entire trip, and if anything goes wrong, it's because you went for the wrong tour and travel company. So make sure you go for the right tour and travel company that has a good deal and they are a bit reliable and known. Because if you go for these ones who are just coming up, not to say that the ones that are coming up are not good, but some are a bit questionable in terms of them delivering what exactly they promised. We went with a tour and travel company that's not very popular, but it does a lot of marketing, and it's a small company, but they switched the hotels last minute, and they did not inform us, the guests, that we are not going to be staying in the hotel we were expecting. We were going to be switched because apparently the space ran out and they were not able to accommodate us there, so we had to be switched to another hotel. Also, I would love to bring out the fact that you should buy your own snacks and beverages or alcohol if you're a consumer outside before you get to the park, because things are not cheap inside there. They're very expensive. Like the hotel we were staying at, a shot was going for 800 shillings, which was a bit crazy priced. And if you do the calculations, the bottle of the drink will be like maybe 10,000. So it's very expensive. So if you can just buy the things you're gonna need, like drinks and beverages, just try to get them outside the club. It's way cheaper. No clubs or rather parting joints in Maasai Mara, because of course of the animals and everything, trying to keep everything natural and not disrupt the natural habitat for the animals. So make sure you carry your lead squad, because otherwise you'll be bored. At night it's boring, and if you don't have something interesting to do with your friends, you might get bored. So try to travel with people they are good vibes. Park fees to enter Maasai Mara is a must pay, and I'm gonna attach the costs of the park fees for East African citizens, Kenyans, and non-East Africans, so that you're able to know how much you're gonna pay. I would also like to advise you to carry your own binoculars or rent some if you can, because they're not cheap. So yeah, because if you really want to see animals very well, especially the hidden ones, like sometimes the leopard, the lions, they're not as close as you want them to, so sometimes you might need to see them with a better view, and that's where the binoculars come in. So if you can carry some, carry. If you can rent, please rent. You'll thank me later for that. Trust me, it's the best view ever. I would also like to tell you guys that there's also the hot air balloon, which is not cheap. It's quite expensive, and it gives you a beautiful scenic view of the Maasai Mara, the animals, and here the ride is for 1 hour, and adults it's like 50,000. It depends with your tour and travel company. It could be higher or cheaper. And for kids they charge approximately 40,000. So if you have the money, please just make sure you get that magical moment on the hot air balloon, because it's a view to die for. I haven't been on it, but I'm hoping the next time I go there I'll be able to afford it. So it's best to go to Maasai Mara between July and October, especially if you're there to see the wildebeest migration. It's the best time because also there's less mosquitoes and insects, and you're able to also have a clear view of the animals because it's the flora is not as dense as it usually is during the other months. So that's the best time to time yourself. It's expensive, but it's peak season, and of course you just plan properly, and trust you me, you'll have a great time. Okay, there are some rules. This ones I have to read, guys, because there's so many. There's some rules that you need to observe once you're inside the Mara National Reserve. You have to switch off the radio and explore the park. To protect animals and the ecosystems, please do not exceed the park speed limit of 50 kilometers per hour. I felt so bad when we were inside the park and we found a zebra that was hit, and it was not nice, guys. I mean, they're in the most safe environment, and seeing them being hit by speeding cars, it's not cool. So guys, try to keep the speed limit to 50 km per hour. Then human activity interferes with an animal's behavior, so you have to keep a good distance away from the animals, not any closer than 25 meters. So that's roughly like 5 vehicles. So you can't be closer than that because it's not good for the animal, and it constitutes to as harassment of the animals. Okay. And actually, if you actually breach those rules, guys, you get to be fined. Sometimes it's on the spot, and sometimes it's at the exit, at the gate. Also, when wild animals hear human voices, they get afraid, causing them to move away. So it's always advisable not to sound your horn, play radios or portable music players. I remember we switched ours off the minute we entered the park, and we actually did understand why, because animals get easily disrupted by strange noises. Also, you're allowed to leave the track to get close to the big five. That's the lion, the leopard, the elephant, the rhino, and the buffalo. So you're allowed, it's only under the guidance of a game warden. So they tell you to take the shortest route from the track, and you always have to go back through the same route you came in, because they're always designated routes to use. You're not supposed to go off-road. If you go off-road, guys, you're gonna be fined. Most of the time it's on the spot, and if they don't catch you in time and they catch your number plate, trust me, you're paying that fine at the gates. So the rangers usually, if let's say it's like when we were there, the rangers had to literally organize. So we were being allowed to see the leopard, which was on a tree with meat, at 2 cars at a time, and the queues were so long, guys. We were so unlucky because we switched lanes and we ended up being cancelled. We didn't see the leopard, sadly. So when at the Mara, you are allowed to explore around with the assistance of a game warden when you're at the river. And I need to mention this, guys, when the warden is assisting you, you're required, it's a must, guys, you have to tip the wardens at Mara River for walking you through the bush, and you're able to like see the hippos and the crocodiles, and it's for your own safety, because if there's any hippo or crocodile on the not on the river, like uku on the land, they have to protect you, and for that reason you have to tip them, guys. You just organize as the group you are to tip them a suitable amount. They don't accept anything less than 500. So if you're alone, just know 500 comes out of your pockets. And for foreigners, I don't know how much they'll pay, given the dollar keeps fluctuating. Also, you're allowed out of your vehicle at designated viewing points along the river and designated picnic sites only. Any other place, guys, you're not supposed to alight from your vehicle. You're supposed to stay in your car. If you're caught, again, guys, there's fines. So just try to observe the rules. If you want an easy time and you don't want to like spend too much money paying things you are already knew, or you knew you were not supposed to do. You understand? I hope so. Also, you're supposed to not feed the wild animals, because that will make them abandon their usual hunting and feeding behaviors, and it will make them lazy, basically. Also, you're supposed to respect the animals by not goading them. That is like trying to clap or call them, or banging the sides of the vehicle and slamming doors. Again, guys, that constitutes as harassment of the animals, so just avoid it. Also, you're not supposed to take any specimens, bones, feathers, stones, plants, and flowers. They must all say where they are. You're not supposed to touch them and carry them. Also, sunsets are best seen at around 6:30 in the Mara, and normally they operate park gates open from 6 all the way till 7 p.m. Also, I wanted to advise guys, you can carry your camping seats or tables if you have some for the picnic sites, and as long as you also don't litter. Littering is not allowed, guys. Just try to observe environmental rules while in the park. I think as we had a Maasai shawl, so we just spread it on the floor, on the grass, and just sat. But if you really want to feel comfortable and just enjoy the whole ambience of being in the wild and, you know, having lunch in the wild, just carry some nice camping seats that are foldable, and you can easily just put them in the boot of your cars, you know. Also, it's advisable to tip your guides, especially if they did a good job, they were professional, they were really nice and friendly. I think it's just an act of kindness and appreciation to just tip your guides, you know. I also wanted to let you guys know that the Maasai village is a must visit, especially if you're not of Kenyan origin, or even if you're a Kenyan and you've never seen how they live. But it's not a free show. You're supposed to pay 1,000 for adults and 500 for kids. And if you're lucky, you're able to be organized for by your tour and travel company for it to happen in the hotel, or rather the hotel actually does organize for the Maasais to come and entertain you while you're staying at their hotel. Cultural events runs for about 45 minutes to an hour, so you get some good value for your money actually. Yeah, so yeah guys, those are the few things I wanted to highlight for you regarding Maasai Mara. I hope I've helped you understand how it operates. I've helped you be interested in going to Mara, because guys, trust you me, it's a trip of a lifetime. It's something you won't regret doing. I've been to Amboseli, I've been to Nairobi National Park, but guys, let me tell you, Maasai Mara has its own vibe. It has its own vibe, and it's just something you've never seen before. It's amazing. So trust you me, if you can organize your finances and just hop on a flight or hop on a car to go to Mara, trust you me, you won't regret it. It's amazing. And I hope I was educational enough. You were able to learn a thing or two about what to do at Maasai Mara. And I'll see you on my next video. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video. I hope you subscribe, I hope you like, share, and comment. Thank you.